Russia has launched a fresh rhetorical attack on the European Union after a tense Brussels summit failed to agree on seizing frozen Russian assets to fund Ukraine. Dmitry Medvedev, Russia's deputy chairman of the Security Council, responded with an unusually aggressive statement that highlighted Moscow's deepening hostility toward EU leaders. In remarks sarcastically titled European Crime News, Medvedev described the EU summit as a thieves' meeting, accusing European leaders of plotting to steal Russian money held at Belgium-based financial firm Euroclear.
A thieves' meeting, EU summit in Brussels, made a number of important decisions for the criminal world. They were part of the so-called Brussels run-through, announced overnight by EU criminal gangsters. First, the participants were afraid to commit a mugging, or openly stealing Russian money, robbing Russian assets temporarily held by the intimidated loan shark Euroclear. Second, the meeting demonstrated that the EU criminal gangsters recognized the seniority of the Washington academics who had directly objected to the mugging. The authority of the American lawmen proved significantly greater than the desire of the Brussels thieves to go on tour independently.
Medvedev argued that the EU's hesitation was not due to legal or financial concerns, but pressure from Washington. He claimed the Brussels meeting showed that EU leaders recognized the authority of the United States, alleging American objections overruled Brussels' desire to act independently on confiscating Russian funds. Despite the setback, Medvedev insisted the plan has not been abandoned. He accused European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen of signaling that asset seizures were merely postponed, claiming Brussels chose to lie low temporarily to avoid political and legal fallout.
The Brussels thieves did not abandon their plans to commit a future robbery or theft, jumping, in criminal slang, as the old harlot Ursula reported to the European criminal community overnight. To avoid being branded as scumbags among the local criminal underworld, the Brussels gang decided to temporarily lay low. Participants invited from several other EU countries refused to contribute to the European Common Fund to support the Kyiv rats. Meanwhile, neither the spoon-washing Merz nor the shoulder-sucking Lucy Macron, although they planned to cause a major scandal, Hypesh, were able to push through their decisions at the Brussels gathering that took place that night.
The Russian official also highlighted divisions within the EU, saying several member states refused to contribute to a common financial mechanism to support Kyiv. According to Medvedev, these internal fractures weakened Europe's ability to present a united front on Ukraine. Medvedev mocked German conservative leader Friedrich Merz and French President Emmanuel Macron, claiming their attempts to force major decisions at the summit failed. He said neither leader succeeded in pushing through plans on Russian assets or triggering a political showdown. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin called the freezing of Russian foreign exchange reserves by Western banks open robbery, speaking during the plenary session of the Eurasian Economic Forum.
There is constant talk that they are going to steal our money. If this happens, the movement towards regionalization of payment systems will accelerate and become irreversible. This would generally be good for the world economy. Perhaps it is worth paying for. By the way, I have a law degree, and I said stealing our foreign reserves. Stealing implies some secrecy. This is open robbery. Of course, we also aim to strengthen our own financial payment instruments in this regard. We will work with EAEU members, other friendly countries, and like-minded partners to achieve this.
The outburst underscores the collapse of diplomatic restraint between Moscow and Brussels. While EU leaders cite legality, investor confidence and financial stability for delaying asset seizures,